Karugu Agricultural Training Center. 3. Mount Elgon Lodge Limited. 4. Cooperative Societies Liquidation Account. 5. Numerical Machining Complex Limited. 6. Kenya Development Corporation. 7. Youth Enterprise Development Fund. 7. 8. Tana Water Works Development Agency. 9. Kenya Maritime Authority Staff Mortgage and Car Loan Scheme. 10. East Africa Trade and Transport Facilitation Project IDA Credit Number 4148 KE. 11. Northern Corridor Transport Improvement Project IDA Credit Number 3930 KE and 4571 KE. 12. Mombasa Nairobi Addis Ababa Road Corridor Project Phase 3 Turbi Moyale number PZ1 DBO 095 land number 21001500255546. 13. Kenol Sagana Marua Highway Improvement Project PKE DBO-037 credit number 5050-2000-00901 and 2000-020,045-04. 14. Kenya Institutional Strengthening Project Phase 3 project number KNE CEV/86/INS/64 and 15. Twake Multipurpose Development Program Phase 1 AFDB loan number 210015002999320020000335 AGTF number 5050-2000005001 and AFDB grant number 2100155025-973. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay. Thank you.
Okay, next, the chairperson of the Committee on Regional Integration.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, 12 March 2024. The report of the Committee on Regional Integration on its participation in the 10th African Grain Trade Summit held in Uganda from 5th to 7th October 2023. I beg to lay.
Thank you. The Honorable Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th March 2024. Firstly, addendum to the report of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the National Government Administration Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 73 of 2023, tabled on 21st February 2024. Secondly, report of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs on its consideration of the Houses of Parliament Bicameral Relations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2023. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Next is the Honorable nominated member, Honorable Aidin Mayaka. Sorry, I don't think that. Yes, I'm correct, yes. The Honorable Aidin Mayaka. Sorry, Honorable Mayaka. Actually, before you is Vice Chairperson of the Public Petitions Committee. Chairperson of the Public Petitions Committee. Vice Chairperson. It's okay. I think we can move to the next one and then we'll come back to her when she arrives. So we can move to order number 7. Order number 6, notices of motion. Next order. Order number 7, questions and statements. Okay, we give her a chance to settle down, so we can just go to order number 7. Do you want us to finish with the order number 7 first? Then I'll come to you. Thank you. Yes, I know. Honorable Stenia has joined us, but let's give her a minute to settle down. So let's proceed to the next order first. We'll come back to her. Okay, the Honorable David Kiplagat.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. I was worried that I had been forgotten. Thank you very much, because the matter I'm raising is of national importance, especially to our farmers in North Rift. Request for a statement regarding distribution of subsidized fertilizers to farmers. Honorable Madam Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Agriculture and Livestock regarding distribution of subsidized fertilizers to farmers in the North region. Madam Speaker, the government initiated the subsidy program with the intention of bolstering Kenya's agricultural sector productivity in order to stabilize food prices. Consequently, the government undertook a nationwide registration of farmers for purposes of delivering subsidized fertilizer by use of e-voucher system for traceability and full accountability of the subsidized fertilizer. However, the program is facing several challenges, among them being lag between the date of receipt of the notification and the redemption of the fertilizers. As a result, farmers have unsuccessfully been queuing for several hours at the National Cereals and Produce Board (NCBB) depots to collect the subsidized fertilizer. Additionally, farmers in the region have lamented about lack of finances to redeem the vouchers, long queues, and allegation of corruption in the fertilizer subsidy program. Madam Speaker, since the planting season has already commenced, particularly in the North Rift, it is imperative that the government speedily streamlines distribution of subsidized fertilizers to farmers to forestall crop failure resulting from late planting. It is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Agriculture and Livestock on the following. 1. Speaker, you protect me. I need to be heard in silence. Okay.
Proceed, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Despite the murmurings.
1. What is the quantity of subsidized fertilizer stocked in National Cereals and Produce Board depots across the country vis-a-vis the targeted number of farmers and the acreage of land? 2. Could the ministry consider giving farmers in the North Rift vouchers to purchase fertilizers from retailers at subsidized price of 2,500 per bag in the event of shortage of the subsidized fertilizer at NCBB depots? 3. What mechanism has the ministry put in place to ensure that farmers in the North Rift receive subsidized fertilizer in the next 1 week before the planting season begins? Lastly, What modalities has the ministry put in place to enhance effectiveness of the e-voucher system in order to minimize the long queues at the depots? I thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also requested that since it's a matter that is concerning a lot of farmers in the North Rift, I request that Honorable Sanai and also Honorable Kep.
He's decided to take up the speaker's seat. Before we proceed, honorable members, allow me to recognize students seated in the public gallery. There's one school from Kirobon Girls High School, from Rongai constituency, Nakuru County. Second, we have Wanyenzie Secondary School from Wingwi West constituency, Kitui County. 3, Rarakwa Girls from Kigumo constituency, Murang'a County. And also Kitwe Secondary School from Githunguri constituency, Kiambu County. The 5th school is Londiani Township Secondary School from Kipkelion East constituency. And I'll give an opportunity to Honorable Joseph Cherorot, to member for Kipkelion, to welcome the students, school students on our behalf.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to welcome all the students who are with us today in the plenary. This is an opportunity for these students, Madam Speaker, to learn, and I want to say that this house is a role model to the students, Madam Speaker. Unlike during our days, when you used to just read it in the books, but they have an opportunity to come and even see practically and be able to listen to what we are actually discussing and moving in this house, Madam Speaker. Therefore, I want to welcome all of them, and I want to encourage all the students who are with us this afternoon that cheer up and make sure that you perform in your schools. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Honorable nominated member, Honorable Irene Mayaka, you can now make your statement.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I hereby request for a statement on the status report of the campaign to end female genital mutilation by 2022. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 44, subsection 2, part C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Social Protection on the status of the campaign to end female genital mutilation by 2022. Honorable Speaker, in November 2019, the Minister of Public Service, Gender and Affirmative Action launched a national policy on abandonment of female genital mutilation following a firm commitment from the then President on the 4th of June 2019 to put an end to female genital mutilation, also known as FGM, by 2022. The policy was aligned with the impetus to accelerate eradication of FGM in the country. Honorable Speaker, while the strides taken by the Minister of Public Service, Gender and Affirmative Action in the eradication of FGM cannot be gainsaid, certain areas in the country still practice FGM. There is therefore need for extension of the campaign to end female genital mutilation to ensure total prohibition and eradication of all forms of FGM in the country. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Social Protection on the following. Number 1, could the minister provide a status report on the achievements that resulted from the campaign towards ending FGM by 2022? Number 2, what initiative did the ministry put in place to sustain the gains made through the campaign beyond 2022? Number 3, what programs has the ministry initiated towards sensitizing communities susceptible on the negative effects of FGM and the amount of resources allocated to achieve accelerated eradication of the fights? And finally, could the minister consider another phase of the campaign to end FGM in targeted areas of the country for a term of 3 years? I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Member for Tharaka, George Mulugara.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this is a request for a statement regarding the mysterious death of Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera of Tharaka Nithi County. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the disappearance and mysterious death of one Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera of ID number 30960640 from Diruni village in Tharaka Nithi County. Honorable Speaker, Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera, a renowned political blogger and business lady in Chuka town, was reported missing on the 29th of February 2024 under unclear circumstances. The frantic search for the deceased by her family and the police officers from Chuka Police Station met a tragic end on 8th March 2024 when the deceased family positively identified a body at the Kirogoya mortuary in Kirinyaga County. It is reported that a lifeless body had been found dumped along the Mwea Sagana Road in Kirinyaga County on the 1st of March 2024. To date, the family is yet to know the circumstances for her disappearance and subsequent murder in cold blood. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following matters. Number one, what is the status of investigations into the disappearance and mysterious death of Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera, including the identity of the killers and their motive? Number two, what steps has the government taken to ensure that all the perpetrators of the disappearance and death of the said person are brought to book for prosecution? Number three, what actions has the government taken to ensure that Ms. Peris Karimi Mugera's family is protected from threats by persons likely to be associated with her death? And finally, number four, what measures has the government put in place to ensure that the safety and the right of expression of all Kenyan political bloggers are protected? I thank you, Honorable Speaker, and do request for an answer to this as a matter of urgency.
My assumption is that the relevant chairpersons of those committees can't answer now, but you can answer at a later date. Is that okay? Because the first statement by the member for Soy, Honorable David Kiplagat, I think will be marked to the Committee on Agriculture. The statement by the member for Tharaka, Honorable George Mulugara, will be marked to the Committee on Administration. And the one by the nominated member, Honorable Aileen Mayaka, will be marked to social protection. I think that was your request. So we can schedule that day, able to respond next, before we go for recess, which means next week. This time next week. Yeah. What is your point of order, Honorable D.
Madam Speaker, as you know very well, you and I come from the North Rift, and farmers are now planting, and they are now queuing without the subsidized fertilizer. Can you order that the chair will? This is something that should be sorted within 3 days, because we cannot wait for 1 week.
The chair, is 3 days acceptable? Chairperson, Honorable Mutunga.
Honourable Speaker, I listened to the honourable member when he was requesting for the statement very carefully, and he's talking of during the course of this week. Honorable Speaker, we have an engagement with the ministries. I cannot give my answers. It will take the ministry to do the investigation that he needs and also to do the scheduling that he has requested. It cannot take less than a week because we have to give them a notice of a week. Honorable Speaker, I think it's out of order.
I think that sounds reasonable. What's your point of order, Honorable Sukuli?
Madam Speaker, I was of the feeling that you are going to give us an opportunity to comment on this statement. But now that I see that that's not the way you are doing it, I would request that when the answer to that statement is given, it should not be limited to the North Rift. Because, Madam Speaker, we have the problem in Kilgoris, which is in the South Rift. Fertilizer is being given in small quantities. It expires very quickly. Some people are being given more than they deserve, and they are selling it to the neighboring places in Kisii. And in fact, yesterday, the cereals board was flooded by people from other places other than Kilgoris. We need that statement to cover the whole of it. And I just want to request my honorable friend from Soy to always think broader. There's nothing called the North Rift. We are all members of the Rift Valley.
What's your point of order, Honorable Kipsanai? I'll come to you, Honorable Milema, and I'll come to you. We can only take one point of order at a time. So I'm going in order.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. First, I want to thank Honorable DK for raising this important statement. Madam Speaker, as you are aware, farmers in Road Rift are preparing to plant. And now the rains are approaching. Farmers are in anguish. We are receiving fertilizers like medicine, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it's important for the chairperson to take the statement from the member seriously because we want it to be expedited. Because farmers can no longer wait. Rains are approaching. People have plowed their farms. And it's important, Chair, that you direct so that we can get the fertilizer on time. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Remember, the Honorable Omboko Milema, then I'll come to you. I'm just going in order. Proceed. I keep it brief because it's a point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Chair Agriculture has to rise to the occasion. The matter raised by the member is so serious. You know, the magic happening in the country currently is because we got some fertilizer during the second planting and the first planting. And that's why the price of Gorogoro is now oscillating where it is. This is very serious, Chair, Agriculture. And you should be able to reply to this because I was in the constituency and in our place, Honorable Speaker, there's no fertilizer. People are queuing, both in Honorable Maungu's constituency and my constituency. So we need the fertilizer so that we keep the Gorogoro down.
You make your point. If it's a point of order, it should be brief, Honorable Owen Bayer. Then I'll come to you, Honorable Kosing.
Honorable Speaker, you know, while the matters being raised here are very important matters, and they are serious issues of the nation. But you see, this is Parliament, and Parliament has procedure. And we must speak to the fact that DK used a route that does not accord him what he wants. He requested for a statement. And my understanding, and having been in this Parliament, when a statement is requested, we don't debate. We don't start issuing points of orders in the guise of debating the matter. He should have come to this Parliament on an adjournment motion so that he can get what he wants. But to use a request for a statement, Honorable Speaker, for us to debate a matter is completely out of order in this Parliament. He should use the correct path. The chairman has stated, give me 1 week, and the matter rests. The matter rests. But for us to use a back door this is Parliament, it's a house of procedure. It must be followed, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Owen Bayer.
Yes.
Honorable Owen Bayer, actually, you're more out of order than everybody else. Because if you are on a point of order, you keep it brief. You simply say your point. And that's what the challenge is happening now. Everybody is making a speech calling it a point of order, but you're also even doing the same thing yourself. Honorable members, I think the point has been made. No matter how much we debate, none of the chairperson will not be able to speak. Let us proceed. Let us proceed, honorable members. Honorable Kosini, you're out of order. We've closed that chapter. So let's go back. If you remember, honorable members, I had reordered the order paper and gone to number 7 and actually skipped one item on order paper order number 5. So I'll call upon the vice chairperson of the Public Petitions Committee, Honorable Janet Sitiene. Public petitions. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th March 2024. Report of the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of public petition number 3 of 2022 by Honorable Said Buya Iribae regarding the gazettement of Hola Irrigation Scheme land to allow for the expansion of the county headquarters of Tana River. I submit, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 12th March 2024, on the report of the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of public petition number 4 of 2022 by Mr. Stephen Mutoro regarding funds spent by the national government contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution. I submit, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, do I go ahead and give notice of the motion? Honorable Member, did you have a notice or you just simply had the paper today? Sorry. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of motion on the same report. Chairperson of Public Petition Committee, consideration of public petition number 4 of 2022 regarding funds spent by the national government contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion: that this House adopts the report of the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of public petition number 4 of 2022 regarding funds spent by the national government contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 12th March 2024. Honorable Speaker, I submit. Thank you. And now, honorable members, we can now go back to order number 8. Can I announce the order? Oh yes, okay. Let me give Leader of Minority, let me give you opportunity. You had a point of order.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'll be rising on a point of order number 47.3. Point of order number 47.3. Honorable Speaker, but before you go there, and this is basically, let me just read it, if you allow me. A standing order number 47.3 is all about the Speaker determining the constitutionality of a motion or a bill before it is processed by the House. So I will not read it, it's clear. But the Speaker, let me say this, that Speaker J.B. Muturi, a legal mind of no mean repute, on several occasions, and indeed his predecessors, but I will just for the moment talk about the rulings by Speaker J.B. Muturi, both in the 11th and 12th parliaments, which I was privileged to serve in. If I pick a specific ruling he made on the 21st of December, 2021, it was the Speaker's ruling on the constitutionality of the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Amendment Bill. It was Tuesday afternoon. At page 298 of that ruling, the Speaker J.B. Muturi had this to say, just paraphrasing him, that before I guide the House on the pertinent questions for determination, it is worth noting that Articles 3 and 10 of the Constitution oblige the Chair to respect, uphold, and defend the Constitution. As you are aware, all business that comes before the House is approved by the Speaker, and among other considerations, the Speaker applies his mind as to the constitutionality or otherwise of such business, as contemplated under Standing Order 47.3. Let me also hasten to add
Honorable Wandai, just so that everyone can follow you. You're rising on Standing Order 47. 47. If the Speaker is of the opinion that any proposed motion is one which infringes or the debate is likely to infringe on the Constitution. It's contrary to the Constitution. Okay, so which one are you referring to?
47.3.
No, I'm asking what particular part of the order paper are you referring to?
I am referring to, Honorable Speaker, I'm referring...
I just want to be able to follow you.
Yes, yes. And I wish the House would be attentive, because I can't actually communicate.
Honorable members, I think let us consult in law tones. Order, honorable members.
Honorable Speaker, I am referring to the Statute Law Miscellaneous Amendments Bill, National Assembly Bill number 68 of 2023, which has since gone through the second reading and is destined for the Committee of the Whole. And that's why I am paraphrasing J.B. Muturi's ruling on this particular day, the 21st of December that year. I was just concluding it. Let me also hasten to add, that is J.B. Muturi speaking. Let me also hasten to add that notwithstanding the approval of any business by the Chair under the standing orders, it has now become an established parliamentary practice of this House that a question of the constitutionality or otherwise of any matter under consideration by the House may be raised at any stage of its consideration. Indeed, my predecessors and I have been invited on several occasions to guide the House on issues of constitutionality of various matters before the House. That's the point.
Okay, you've made your point. You've explained the standing order correctly, but that particular statute amendment bill that you're referring to is not on the order paper today, is it?
The Honorable Speaker, I wish you just to be further, you can guide me. I just conclude, yes, what I'm saying here.
Yes.
The Honorable Speaker, I am well aware, yes, that the particular business is not on today's order paper. But I have mentioned that that particular business has been duly approved by the Speaker, and indeed it has gone through the second reading stage. That is therefore within the remit of 47.3 and especially the ruling I have just referred to by Speaker J.B. Muturi. Honorable Speaker, I'll be very brief. Article 3 of course has been elaborated by J.B. Muturi in his ruling. Article 10, I'm on a point of order, Honorable Speaker, and protect me please, Honorable Speaker. I am on a point of order. You just
Honorable
take the time and respond.
just let him finish.
Yes.
He's about to finish.
What is the
Then you can.
what is the jittery about? I am on a point of order.
Honorable Chepkonga, you're out of order. Allow me to listen to him, then rule on it. You can't
The
rule from your
Honorable
seat.
Speaker, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, I am particularly referring to the Value Added Tax Act of 2013 that this amendment bill is proposing to amend. Honorable Speaker, the first question is the VAT Act 2013 a money bill or not? The answer is it is indeed a money bill. And the proposer of the bill is suggesting to delete section 268 2A. Honorable Speaker, money bills are provided for under Article 114 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker. Article 114 of the Constitution. And I will take you to Article 114, Subarticle 2 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, Article 114, Subarticle 2.
Honorable Wandai, because like I've just asked you, that particular set amendment bill is not presently before the House. It will be before the House in the coming days. Then you can be able to submit as you're submitting today, because now you're doing it in a vacuum. So even if I were to give a ruling, it's impossible to give a ruling as it is not before the House.
Honorable Speaker, I'm just concluding. My point is this. Article 114 of Article 2 of the Constitution requires that if in the opinion of the Speaker of the National Assembly, a motion makes a provision for a matter mentioned in the definition of a money bill, the Assembly may proceed only in accordance with the recommendations of the relevant committee of the Assembly, after taking into account the views of the Cabinet Secretary responsible for finance. That is the point. The point here is, has this proposed amendment to the VAT Act 2013 been taken through the relevant committee? Is there a report from the relevant committee? Has it acquired, has it received the concurrence or opinion of the CS Treasury? That is the point. The answer to this question, Honorable Speaker, is that it has not.
Okay.
And therefore, the business is before the House. Even if it is not on the order for today, it is before the House. The business is before the House and procedurally.
Okay. Honorable Wandai, that particular statute amendment bill will be coming to the House at some point in time. Right now, you're speculating and anticipating debate. Let us wait until the matter is properly before the House. When all the other members are able to access the documentation from the table office so that they can also be able to give a counter argument to your argument. But now you're debating yourself. Yes, so you've made your point and you put it well, so let us proceed. Yes, and raise it.
To proceed on the day the matter will be on the order paper. That doesn't negate the issues I have raised. Very weighty constitutional issues, Honorable Speaker. And whoever is responsible for this bill must take note. Honorable Speaker, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Wandai. I think they have received the message. So let us wait until the matter is before the House, and there is no point to debate on it because it's not even before the House. Honorable Lowen Bayer, I hope we're not talking about this matter because it's not even before the House. We're just speculating and anticipating the debate, and no one else in the room, probably save for the two of you, know about it. So let us wait until it's properly before the House.
Just to be on record, Honorable Speaker, it is proper that we comment on this matter. The Honorable Wandai is brought this matter properly before the House, and I want to commend him on one thing, that no one in this parliament is interested in passing a law that is unconstitutional. It will be foolhardy for us to sit here, pass a law that we know is unconstitutional, and actually let it go, because we swore to protect the Constitution. So, Honorable Speaker, much as there is substance and a lot of substance to what Honorable Adai is saying, but this House also has procedure. And as you have ruled, Honorable Speaker, we agree with you that the proper procedure must be followed. If this matter is not before the House today, Honorable Adai has an opportune time when this matter is presented on the day that it will be debated. He will have his day, and we will also have our say on the matter. But at the end of the day, because it is a constitutional issue, it is a matter before the Speaker to make a ruling and guide the House on how we move forward. So we want to thank you, Honorable Adai, for raising a constitutional matter, but we ask of you to hold your horse until that particular time. Then we can have a robust debate and the Speaker can make a ruling that can guide the House. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. I think that matter is now settled. Next week, we can move to the next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion, reduction of publication period for a specified bill.
Deputy Leader of Majority.
Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you, and I beg to move that first one to the provisions of Standing Order 120I 1C. This House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024, from 7 days to 4 days. Honorable Speaker, this bill, the Division of Revenue Bill, is a very important bill that unlocks debate and preparations for budgets, both at the National Assembly and at the county assemblies. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, for us to wait for the number of days, it will inconvenience very many institutions, including Treasury and our Committee on Budget Making in their preparation for the budget. And also, we would like county governments to start preparations of their budgets. And this Division of Revenue Bill gives the opportunity for county governments to start preparation of the bill. And therefore, we would like to request this House, Honorable Speaker, that we get approval to reduce the publication period from 7 days to 4 days, so that this week we can do the first reading of the Division of Revenue, and then subsequently start a second reading and debate, so that we can unlock the monies that go to the counties. Honorable Speaker, Division of Revenue Bill is very important, a very important piece of legislation that dovetails towards the making of the budget. And therefore, we are in that season of budget making, and therefore, we will request this House to approve the reduction of the period from 7 to 4, so that we can start the budget making. I would like to request the Honorable Bowen Kangogo, the Honorable Member who has served now a third term, to second me on this motion. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to second this bill for the reduction of the Division of Revenue Bill application from 7 days to 4 days. And Madam Speaker, you will find that many of our counties now, they are struggling even to pay employees because of lack of funds. And Madam Speaker, reducing the applications from 7 to 4 days, Madam Speaker, is going to help us to fast track this bill and make sure that we are done with it before we present it to the Senate, Madam Speaker, so that the resources which are needed by our counties, Madam Speaker, are sent to our various counties. Madam Speaker, the second issue also, Madam Speaker, it is very important that this bill is reduced. We have the 4 days so that we go through all the legislative process and finish it on time, Madam Speaker. I support. I second.
Honorable members, allow me to propose the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 121C, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Division of Revenue Bill National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024 from 7 days to 4 days. You can see the mood of the House is that we put the question. Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 121C, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024 from 7 days to 4 days. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, the Natural Resources Benefit Sharing Bill, Senate Bill number 6 of 2022. Question to be put.
Honorable members, allow me to put the question that the Natural Resources Benefit Sharing Bill, Senate Bill number 6 of 2022, be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The nays have it.
Order number 10, the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024. First reading. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for equitable division of revenue raised nationally between the national and county governments in the 2024-2025 financial year and for connected purposes. Order number 11, the Regional Development Authorities Bill, National Assembly Bill number 7 of 2023, second reading.
Honorable members, before we resume debate on order number 11, allow me to recognize the following schools who are seated in the speakers and public galleries. Mutumo Mixed Secondary School, Kitui South Constituency, Kitui County. Nyangati Secondary School, Mwea Constituency, Kirinyaga County. And Gita Girls Secondary School, Alego Usonga Constituency, Siaya County. I will give you an opportunity. Please hold on. Let me give the first speaker and then come to you. The Honorable Maina Mathenge had how many minutes left? 8 minutes. Was it you who had? I'll give you. She's not in? Okay. Then I'll give the Honorable Rachel Nyamai then.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for indulging me. I would like to take this opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to welcome students from various counties, constituencies in our country this afternoon, and more specifically, Honorable Speaker, welcome students from my constituency, Mutomo Mixed Secondary School. As I welcome them, I would like to tell them that this is the place, this is the August House, where legislation is done, representation is done, and I would like to encourage you to know that it is possible to find yourselves in this place, to be able to one day represent your country. And as you go home, be assured that the members of parliament we have here have your interest at heart. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
I will give you a few minutes, the Honorable Member from Alego Usonga.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, let me welcome students and teachers from Nia Girls High School, from my constituency, Alego Usonga. Madam Speaker, I wish to inform the House that Nia Girls High School is the oldest girls' school in the entire Nyanza region. Also, Madam Speaker, Nia Girls High School is the only national school in a Lego Soga constituency. Madam Speaker, this school has had notable alumni from this house.
And
Madam
that,
Speaker, the former MP for Game, the late Dr. Grace Ogot, was an alumni of Nia Girls High School. Madam Speaker, also, ICC Judge Justice Joyce Aluoch is an alumni of Nia Girls High School. Madam Speaker, the late Oriero Gomanduli is also an alumni of Nia Girls High School. Madam Speaker, there are so many notable Kenyans who have gone through Nia Girls High School. Madam Speaker, this school is very special. And Madam Speaker, as I welcome teachers and students into this house, I want to say, Madam Speaker, that I am proud of this school because this school continuously excels in national examinations. Madam Speaker, I know that seated in the gallery are girls who are going to join this house in future. I want to tell them that this house belongs to them, and in future they should not limit their ambitions, and they should work hard to ensure that they become members of parliament. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Hello? Just hold on, please. Hold on. Okay, we are on order number 11. I'd like to call upon the Vice Chairperson of the Regional Development Committee, Honorable Wamaua M. Maragwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me a chance to support the bill from the Committee of Regional Development. Madam Speaker, this bill seeks to consolidate the laws relating to regional development and to provide the establishment, functions, and powers of the 6 regional development that are mostly found in the ASO areas. Madam Speaker, this bill also which has the authorities are established by separate acts of parliament, and therefore the bill seeks to merge the establishment and the operation of the 6 authorities so that they can be under a single act of parliament. And also, Madam Speaker, it seeks to standardize the functions of the authority subject to the unique areas of operation of each of the regional development, because wherever they are not in the same areas within the same environment, and therefore this bill is seeking to make sure that the standardization is there. Madam Speaker, when it came, the committee has narrowed it down to some areas like the membership following the proposed, following the Mwongozo, the provisions of the Mwongozo Code of Governance for the State Corporation, so that the size of the board shall be limited to 9 members, excluding the ex officio member, contrary now to what the bill has, though this is an amendment that the committee will bring during the committee of the whole house. Madam Speaker, when we support, and I'm hoping this House will support this bill, as per the Article 189, Sub-Article 2, it outlines the importance of cooperation among different levels of government to carry out their duties effectively. Because, Madam Speaker, most of whatever is done by the regional development authorities happens to be under the functions of the county government. And therefore, Madam Speaker, we need a lot of cooperation so that these 2 levels of government will not be seen to be fighting, but in any way to improve and to fill the gap of the socio-economic status of our people. Therefore, this collaboration is crucial to make sure that we achieve better development outcomes for the people of this country. And therefore, by combining their strengths and resources, the RDAs and the county government can be able to join forces and be able to tackle some inequalities. Also, they can join to boost the economic progress and also improve the overall quality of life for everyone in the areas where we find the regional authorities are. We know there are some areas that we do not have the regional development authorities, but the purpose of why the Act came and formed this regional development authority is to make sure in most of our regions where we have the ASO areas, we are adding another strength to assist the county government to be able to fill up the gaps. And therefore, Madam Speaker, the RDAs will remain vital entities in our country's development landscape. And thanks to their diverse functions and proven capacity to foster the socio-economic growth while effectively managing our resources. They also play a very vital role in driving sustainable growth and resource management nationwide. Madam Speaker, this bill had come during the 12th Parliament, but we were not able to conclude on it due to Parliament coming at a sine die. And therefore, as a committee of the regional development, we found, because it is very important to combine and to harmonize and to standardize and to have one act of parliament, it was good so that we bring it. Due to time, I may not be able to bring all what is contained in the Regional Development Authority Bill, but I want to single out that the Regional Development Authorities are credited to have conceptualized and implemented some of the very mega projects that we have, like Masiga and Kiabere multipurpose dams on River Tana. We also have Takwel multipurpose dam on River Takwel. We also have Sodu River multipurpose project on River Sodu, under which Sodu Mereu hydropower was implemented. We also have, Madam Speaker, Mwache Dam multipurpose development project, which is still ongoing under implementation. And I want to say, Madam Speaker, a lot has been done by the RDAs. It has created employment, and it has also made sure that it has made some of our women groups, youth groups very busy, doing projects that are income generating, and therefore out of marketing, whatever they are getting out of that after being supported, Madam Speaker, we are finding that our people are still putting something into their pocket. Therefore, I would request the members of this House to fully support this regional development bill so that we can be anchored on one act of parliament instead of having so many acts making each of the 6 regional development, and so that we may also be able to enhance collaboration and cooperation of the national government and the county government, because all the 2 levels of government mean well to improve the socio-economic status of our people. Madam Speaker, thank you.
Honorable members, before I give the next speaker, I just decided to rise so that I can make this clear. I think the speaker a few weeks ago ruled that people will only be, honorable members will be given the opportunity to speak if they have their cards. And if you don't have your card, the clerk's office is available upstairs, so you can get it. It will make it easier for us to work. And also, if you have a school from your constituency that's here, if you write it on a piece of paper and just leave it at the table here, so that you're not distracting me, it will make it so much easier. And everybody can be able to have an opportunity. So with that, I think before we go to the next speaker, I think I'll give just 2 minutes to the Honorable Member for Rangwe, Honorable Lillian Gogo, because I know that you're a former student here.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I appreciate you.
and that's the beauty and the power of a woman. And I want to appreciate the great Nia girls who are at the public gallery. I'm an alumni of Nia Girls High School, the only national school in Alego Usonga constituency where I was born and bred. And I want to celebrate Nia Girls for making me who I am before I moved to Kisumu Girls National School. I want to appreciate you and I want to tell you that I once sat in the seat where you are sitting. I once slept in the dormitories where you are sleeping now. I wore that very uniform and the tie that you have worn today. And I can tell you that sky is the limit. The best is yet to come from you. It is your time and your turn to do your best at Nia Girls National School. And the country is looking up to you. Where Dr. Lillian Achieng Gogo is, I may not be in this particular seat forever, but I want to tell one of the Nia girls who is seated at the gallery that in due time, when my time is done, I want to see one of the Nia girls come and occupy this very seat where I am seated. I want to thank Nia girls for making me who I am today. And I want to appreciate all the girls in this nation. Together with the boys, the men in the house are complaining. And I want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, because CNF is complaining. And I want to thank you, Honorable Speaker, because the girls, Nia girls, are not able to see you from where you are. But I know that that seat occupied by the speaker, who is a woman, is one time going to be occupied by one of the girls from the Nia Girls High School. So I thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, and I appreciate my alma mater. And I want to tell you, Nia Girls, I'm waiting to see how you are going to perform this year, and I'm going to come over for the party. I thank you and I appreciate you, Honorable Speaker.
Oh, sorry. The Honorable Member for Ganze, Honorable Tungule, MP.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity. I want to say from the onset that I support this bill on regional development, and I'm also a member of the Regional Development Committee that came up with this bill. Madam Speaker, regional development authorities have been here with us since independence. Mr. Speaker, these have been the engines of development, especially in our rural areas. But Madam Speaker, these authorities that we have had have been operating on different laws. So their functions have not been coordinated. Their functions have been haphazard. And as a result, the outcomes of the operations could not be properly accounted for. Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, we know that these authorities have the capacity to develop our rural areas if they are given the necessary legal framework. But it has been difficult, Mr. Speaker, because they have been operating under different acts of parliament. This bill seeks, therefore, to collapse all these different acts of parliament and bring these regional development authorities to operate under one act of parliament. Mr. Speaker, one of the benefits that are going to accrue when these regional authorities are put under one law is that their functions are going to be coordinated and it will be easy even to oversight them. So I want to say that I support this bill because it's going to be of a lot of benefit to this country. Mr. Speaker, One of the things that this bill seeks to rectify is the fact that the boards, these regional development authorities have been operating on very bloated boards. And most of the boards members that are appointed do not come from the areas that these boards operate from. We have 6 RDAs in this country, all of them operating under different acts of parliament. But when it came to the operations or the appointments of the boards, you will see CDA or Coast Development Authorities, for example, it has board members from maybe another area of this country. One of the things that this bill is going to correct is the fact that, first of all, the number of board members is going to be reduced from the current 12 to 9 to make it to conform with the Mongozo guidelines. And again, apart from the ex-officio members, these board members are going to come from the areas where these boards are operating from. And I'm sure this is going to be beneficial to these boards because many of the board members will be coming from the areas that the board are operating, so they'll be conversant with the issues that are affecting people in that area. Mr. Speaker, regional development authorities have been operating before even devolution came. And some of the functions of these authorities have been taken up by the counties. But there's still a big role that these authorities can play in this country. Even some of the functions that are devolved and are now under the purview of the counties, there's still a lot that needs to be done. We know functions like water are now under the counties. But again, there are some projects that counties cannot do alone because they are cross-cutting. There are some projects that we need to bring like 2-3 counties together so that this project can be effectively done. This is where RDS can come in very effectively. We have seen attempts by counties to form regional bodies so that they can pull resources together. These are functions that can be done effectively by RDAs. So I know there has been complaints that have been addressed by the Council of Governors to disband the RDAs. But I want to say that the role that RDAs are playing are complementing and supplementing what the counties are doing. Because we know that already the counties have so much in their hands. They are not effectively implementing what they are supposed to do. Bringing an extra hand to help them also do their functions is not bad at all. So I want to say that much as we appreciate what the counties are doing, but there are some roles that these RDS can play that are going to be even beneficial to the counties themselves. We have seen the attempt to form economic blocks. This means that if you pull resources together for different counties, we can be more effective in our undertakings. So it is high time also the Council of Governors supports what the RDS are doing on the ground, because I'm very sure that it is complementing their roles. Mr. Speaker, that is my submission, and I want to say that I support this bill by the development authorities. Thank you.
The Honorable Christine Ombaka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I just want to welcome Nia girls in this August house because this is the first time that they've been here. I want to tell the girls that this is where we work. Here is where we represent you. This is where we make laws that protect you as a girl. And the laws that we have made in this house is meant to protect you and to encourage you to improve your lives. We have talked about education for the girl child. We have talked about empowerment of the girl child. This is where we debate about it. Here Girls is a school that has brought out many strong women in this country. In a European tongue or in the European sense, it is an Ivy League kind of school. The best of hard. They join us one day when opportunity comes. Otherwise, I expect you to excel in life, complete your education, and the sky will be the limit. Thank you and God bless you.
The Honorable Christine, ordinarily I thought you'd be speaking on the motion, but you have had your way. Nevertheless, let's have the Honorable Phyllis Bato, but speak on the motion. Do you have Phyllis Bato in the House? If you're not speaking on this, I can move to the next member.
Mr. Speaker, I am not speaking on this particular one.
Thank you. Let's have the Honorable Ekomas Mutuse. Are you in the House? Now, there's a general atmosphere that people keyed in to speak on matters that may have lapsed already. So could we refresh the whole screen and then we key in so that we are able to know who wants to speak on this. Meanwhile, leader.
Mr. Speaker, I raise understanding order number 95 to request that the mover may be called to reply.
Order, Honorable Mutuse. Number one, Honorable Mutuse, you are completely out of order because one, you are not even sure what you want to speak on. Then secondly, you want to call on standing order number 95. That's wrong. Let's have the leader speak on this. Give him the mic.
Honorable Speaker. All right. Honorable Speaker, this bill, the Regional Development Authorities Bill, is very important. It's a very important bill. And I would like to urge many members to contribute because it affects us. One, Honorable Speaker, we must align these regional development authorities to the Constitution because some of the mandates that they have taken belong to the county government. Now, because they belong to the county government, it becomes counterproductive because it's a constitution. Actually, it is a constitutional issue. Because regional development authorities want to do water, they want to do education, they want to do roads, they want to do health, and yet regional development authorities are entities under the national government. County governments should be given space to do their work.
Ndege